What's going on? Welcome to Cineguac. Today I'm going to show you how to do a quick sky replacement effect in essentially two simple steps. First working with the color key, and then playing around with an opacity mask. So without further ado, let's begin.
Cineguac.
So here we are in Premiere. As you can see, I have this video clip of the Hollywood sign. Now, before we begin, just a couple of things. First of all, this effect is going to work best if the color of your sky is an equal, consistent color. This isn't necessarily the best example because, as you can see, part of the sky here is blue and part of the sky is white. And another thing is, ideally, when you do this effect, you shoot this on a tripod. We're going to be doing some masking effects, and it's a lot easier if it's on a tripod. If you can do it handheld, it'll still work, but then you might have to go frame by frame and make micro adjustments. So believe me when I say you'll have a much easier time shooting this on a steady tripod shot. Anyway, let's begin. So once you have your video clip on the timeline, the first thing you want to do is head over to your effects library and search for an effect called Color Key. You can find the color key in your video effects keying subfolder and drag the color key to your video layer. Then with that layer selected, move on up to Effect Controls and scroll down to where you can find your color key options. And right here under Key Color, you'll see this little eyedrop tool. Just click on that and drag it to a part of the sky. And when you click, you'll see it will match the color of the sky right here. And in your color key options where it says color tolerance, you can sort of drag this value up. And the more that you do that, you'll see the more of the sky, or basically anything of that like color, will disappear. And you can see it sort of spills over right here. Of course, the Hollywood sign is white, and there's some more ugly black spillover splotchy spots right here on the ground. But don't worry, we'll remove that very shortly. So as you can see, we basically now have the sky removed, and what we can do is go down to our timeline, and let's just move this up one layer, making room for whatever image we want to put beneath. Now, you can put anything here. You can put a still image, you can put video. For now, let's just put a still image and make it very simple. So let's just head over to our project and find this image, Starry Night, and let's drag it right underneath. And let's just adjust this so it lasts for the same duration. And with this Starry Night image selected, we can of course move on up to Effects Controls, and under Motion where it says Scale, we can sort of adjust the size and the positioning. And as you can see, of course, the Hollywood sign is white, so that becomes transparent, but we are about to fix that right now. So once the sky is removed and we have our image underneath, let's just go to our video layer and hit Alt or Option click and drag a duplicate version to the layer above it. Then with that layer selected, let's go back up here to Effects Controls and let's delete our color key. And then where it says Opacity, let's select the Free Draw Bezier tool. And we can actually zoom out a little bit. Maybe let's go to 10%. And what we can do is sort of mask around the image, separating the land and part of the sky from the image beneath it. And we can maybe lower this a little bit. Maybe actually pull this part out. Let's actually zoom in here. I don't want to cut off this cell phone tower, so we can sort of shape it. Anyway, once we've finished our mask, what we can do is head over to our opacity mask, and where it says mask feather, let's just increase the feather until it looks like it's perfectly blended into our sky. And once we've done that, we can also then adjust the mask expansion if we want to lower this a little bit. There we go, that looks pretty good. And when we play that back, we have something that looks like that. Now, I think it would be a little bit better too if we were to go to our Starry Night photo and just animate it a little bit so that it's not just a static, boring image. So once again, with that Starry Night image selected, we can go up to Effects Controls, and under Motion, we can set a keyframe for scale and a keyframe for position. And then let's just move all the way to the very end and maybe just zoom in a little bit and move this over a little bit. And when we play all that back, now there's some very subtle movement in the sky. And of course, you can put any image or any video that you want here. I'm just choosing this Starry Night, kind of cliche, but you get the point. And once you're done with that, what you can do is go to your top layer and go to your color workspace, and then sort of just play around with the color settings so that it looks uniform. Since it's nighttime, maybe we can make it a little bit colder. Can increase the saturation a little bit. And voila! Now, another thing that we can do, and this is a cool effect that I've used in music videos, is sort of add an animated color splash across the sky. It's very easy to do, and I'll show you how to do that right now. So what you can do is go back to your editing workspace, and let's actually delete this starry night. And then with this bottom layer selected, let's hit Alt or Option, and then click and drag a duplicate right beneath it. Then what we can do is just select that bottom duplicate layer. Let's delete the color key. And let's move these top 2 layers right above just to make space for our color matte. Once we've done that, we can go over here to our project window, and where it says New Item, create color matte. And just pick a color that you'd like. It can be anything. Let's choose pink. And just drag your pink color matte right in that layer below and adjust the duration. In fact, we can actually shorten this a little bit because we kind of just want a quick little splash of color. And once you have your pink color matte right there, what we can do is head over to our effects library and search for an effect called 4-Color Gradient. You'll find that in the Video Effects Generate subfolder, and drag the 4-Color Gradient over to your color matte. And you'll see the moment that you do that, it sort of creates this fancy rainbow color. And what you can do is with your color matte selected, go up to Effects Controls and scroll down to your 4-Color Gradient options, and you'll see that there's just 4 random colors here, and of course you can change those to anything that you want, but for now, we can just keep them as is. Next thing you want to do is just scroll up to your opacity, and let's just lower the opacity just so that we see some definition of the original sky beneath it. And the last thing you want to do is head back to your effects library and search for a gradient wipe. You can find that in your wipe subfolder, and just drag the gradient wipe transition to the very beginning and of course to the very end. You can increase the softness a little bit. And you can sort of adjust the duration that this lasts to anything that you want. I like it when it's kind of fast. And there we have it, a cool little color splash. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you learned a thing or two. As always, these videos take a lot of time to produce, so show me some love and hit that subscribe button. I'm also totally open to taking requests, so comment down below, tell me what kind of tutorials you want to see on this channel, and I'll do my best to make it happen.